And we're pleased to have joining us on the set now Josh Harris and Tracy Taylor. And they're here today to talk about kind of a new sport that we've got in Tullahoma that apparently you guys are doing really, really well at. Josh, I remember you've always kind of been into athletics and that kind of thing.
Yep.
Star on the football team, a heck of a baseball player, done a lot of things in his life already. Attended UTC in Chattanooga,
yep.
playing football. How did you get into this?
Well, growing up, I didn't get to hunt a whole lot. I went coon hunting with my grandfather, but once I got out of high school and when I was actually in college, I went hunting for the first time, deer hunting, because my parents let my younger brother do it. And I was like, well, how come I didn't get to do it? And they were like, well, his friends all hunt. And I'm like, well, so I went hunting for the first time, and I bought my first bow shortly after that, and I just fell in love with bow hunting. It's been a passion of mine, and it just translated over to coaching archery and doing what I love.
Now you've got a really good reason to be here, Tracy, because you're in a business. What's the name of your business?
Taylor's Archery.
Taylor's Archery. Okay. And so one of the thoughts I had going into this interview is I thought, where are you going to buy all this stuff that you're going to have to do that? So I assume you're the guy.
That's me.
That's Tracy.
Guy. Now, the program here in Tullahoma, the archery program that we have here in Tullahoma, tell us how that came about.
Well, the archery program I do with Tracy is S3DA. We're not affiliated with the school system, but we do have other programs that are in the school system, but they're more at the elementary level. They don't have it at the middle school. But when I was at West, I started there, and we had an archery program there for a couple of years before I switched over and I started doing it privately through Tracy's shop. But the program, the S3DA program, the kids are not narrowed down to just shooting one bow. You got 4 classes they can shoot in, which you have traditional or recurve, you got Olympic recurve, you got fixed pin, which is your hunting setup, and then you got an open class. And they do it for both male and female, and they do it, you got 4 different age groups. You got Junior Eagle, which is 8 and under, which my kids participate in. You got Eagle, which is 9 to 11. You got Youth, which is 12 to 14, and then you got Young Adult, which is 15 to 18.
I see. So it's a wide variety of ages that are involved in this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And how do you do you get kids coming into this program that have never done it before? Or?
Absolutely, and honestly, I kind of prefer it that way.
It's easier to train them.
It's easier. Yeah, they don't have the bad habits. Like me, for instance, I didn't have nobody coaching me, and when I started doing it, and then I started actually reading up on articles on how to shoot and different things and different kinds of releases that are out there, different kinds of equipment. I realized real quick that the way I shoot was not accurate. It wasn't the right way to shoot. And so
you have to teach him how to shoot.
I gave him a pointer.
But it's just, coaching is something I've always enjoyed doing, but coaching archery, that's 2 passions I have, so it just worked out.
I'm guessing that, when I was talking about you playing football, but that's something you got to have the size and the ability to do that kind of thing. That doesn't apply so much in archery, does it?
Not at all. And that's the reason why we get a lot of kids that your traditional sports, they just wasn't their thing, and hey, come see me. We can get you on the team and get you started.
What kind of commitment do kids have to make to do this? I mean, is this something that requires practice every day?
For your best shooters, absolutely. And like me, I think we had 48 kids sign up this year, and I can't practice every day. But we practice, each group got to practice one time a week, but the three that are about to come on, they put the time in. I mean, it's, I can get you one day a week, but depending on how good you want to be, you got to shoot several times a week.
So do they practice this at your facility?
Yes, they can. Okay. They practice at home. But we provide a place for them to practice also.
Right. Okay. Now I understand that you won some awards in the past, because I know you've been on this show.
Yep.
But talk about recently. You won some.
Recently, we went to nationals. We had our state tournament. We had several shooter of the years, several state champions. We did really well at the state. We went to nationals, and the nationals, we peaked right at the right time. I mean, like, we had, I think it was 3 second place finishers. We had one that actually is national champ. My junior Eagle group, they were national team champs. Not a single one of them placed under lower than 7th in the nation.
Unbelievable.
And we had 2 third place finishers, I believe. So we had several placed in the top 10. So, and we had several that they wasn't close to being on the podium, but they shot their personal best score. And that's always been my thing as the coach is, yes, we're competing against other teams and other shooters, individuals and stuff like that, but they all come in a different development. Like, you got some that have been shooting with me for years, some of them that haven't. And so they're all on a different level, and your biggest competition is yourself. Always try to get your personal best score. Try to beat what you scored yesterday. And that's just been my philosophy with it.
You got to be proud of those kids.
Absolutely.
There was close to 1,000 kids there.
No kidding. And where was this held?
Kentucky, Owensboro, Kentucky.
Owensboro, Kentucky.
The skills they learn doing this, if you want to, if you're a hunter, for instance, that's going to help you a lot with something like that, I guess.
Yep.
Correct. I think they're telling me we need to get these kids on here, because they actually the ones that were so successful. So, not sure how we're going to do that, but you're going to talk about them and bring them up.
All right. This is Natalie Best. She's a junior this year. She's been with me for how many years?
I've been with Josh for 7 years now, since 2015.
Since 2015. And she won the state. She's state champ. She is shooter of the year for Tennessee. And if I'm not mistaken, she got second at nationals.
Yes. I'm also, shooter of the year as well.
She, first day, first flight, dropped a point right out of the gate. And she battled back for the next day. She shot clean the next day. I think it was a 150 with how many X's?
150 with 23 X's, I believe, out of 30.
So.
Were you nervous?
Very. I was very nervous.
But she handles it well. She practices hard, coachable, and she put the time in.
How old are you?
I'm 17, a junior at Tullahoma High School.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Next is Ashley Scott. Ashley's been with me. Now, Ashley's a product of the NAS program at East Lincoln. She's been shooting bows for how long?
This is my 9th year.
9th year shooting bows. Now, Ashley got state champ. She got shooter of the year for Tennessee this year. We went to nationals, and she finished 3rd in nationals. But you're also, I think you're a 3-time national podium finisher, right?
Yes.
You've been a national champion. You got 2nd.
Yes.
And then
3rd place.
She got 3rd place this year. And like Ashley, she's been shooting with us for
4 years.
4 years. But I'm like, you hear me saying these kids they're getting a podium and finishing in the top in the nation and in state. They've been shooting a long time.
Right.
So that's what it takes. And I've been saying this for years. The quicker we can get them in, the higher their likelihood or their chances are of getting the scholarship monies when they get to high school,
Okay.
and doing well.
So there is scholarships for these kids?
Absolutely.
Right, okay.
I don't know how much scholarship money did you win this year in nationals and state?
I'm not sure of the total, but I know at nationals I got 19 scholarships, like to different schools.
Okay,
It's worthwhile.
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely, yes. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, Ashley.
Josh's dad's over there telling us how to do this.
Yes.
Behind the cameras. Josh's dad's Jerry Harris.
Next is going to be Peyton Taylor. We call him Cornbread.
Cornbread, okay.
Peyton has been with me since
This will be my 4th year,
4th year. You started with me when you were in 6th grade or 5th grade?
5th grade.
5th grade. And he's a freshman this year at Tullahoma High School. Ashley was a sophomore. Okay.
Yeah.
But Peyton's been with me since 6th grade. He started with me. He was one of the, and he saw a lot of success early on. He was naturally good at, and he likes to hunt, but he was naturally good at shooting a bow. Peyton was in the lead for shooter of the year, and we kind of figured if he shot his best, he was going to win state.
Yeah.
He ended up with 2nd place and in 2nd shooter of the year off of one tournament. The state tournament got him in 2nd place. And he didn't finish like he wanted to. And he did put the time in. I mean, he's very coachable, worked hard, went to nationals. And we kind of figured out, Tracy and I, kind of figured out the reason why he didn't do as good at state as he did at nationals because he wasn't wearing his shorts. At nationals, he wore shorts and cowboy boots.
Yeah.
The only one, and it wasn't against dress code. I went and asked Melissa Carter, her husband's the state director, and she said, it's not against dress code. If that's what he wants to wear, that's what he wants to wear. And I'm like, well, we're going to wear it. And then he went out and shot a 150 in 29 X's. And if I'm not mistaken, your dad promised you he'd buy you whatever car you want or truck you wanted if you shot a perfect 150 30X. And his dad was over. His dad was sweating bullets. But then the next day he still shot clean the next day, but shot 150 with 20 X's, and he ended up in a shoot down with a kid from Indiana for first in the nation.
Yeah.
And we got. We missed it. It was by a width of a piece of paper. I mean, it was just that much, and he ended up losing by an X, but got 2nd place in the nation.
Okay. Goodness gracious.
And he's been, and he's a multi-shooter of the year for the state of Tennessee too.
And he's
So-
got some time left in your.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
He's just a freshman.
Yeah.
But we're very proud of our older age group. I mean, they're the ones that lead by example and show the younger ones that, hey, it takes more time. I mean, you got to put forth the effort, and but you know, it's just a amount of focus required is in discipline to be successful.
All right. Well, you got to be proud of these guys.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Very proud.
And I don't know if you can see it, but his shooter of the years get a belt buckle.
Yeah. Nice one
And
too.
several of our shooters got shooter of the year and our state champions.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
did really well.
All right. It's amazing what you guys have been able to accomplish. How long did you say you've had this program going on?
I think they're telling us to wrap it up for this age group. Is that what that means?
Yeah. That means we're done, Josh.
All right.
I need to pay more attention to what they're doing back there, I guess. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming by today. And tell us where your store is. And,
100 East Lauderdale Street.
okay. And you can buy all the kind of things you need
Yes, sir.
to get into this sport. And I bet you can tell them how to do it, right?
Yep.
Yeah. That's
We do.
it. All right. So stop by and see him. That's Taylor's Archery here in Tullahoma. Josh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations
Thanks,
to you
sir.
as well. And to all these fine kids here. Who'd have thought? That's quite an accomplishment from Tullahoma, Tennessee.
Yep. They know who, without a doubt, you go to Owensboro, they know who Taylor's Archery is. We were on the podium a lot.
Outstanding. All right, folks, we'll be right back in just a moment, right after this. Once again with Josh Harris and Tracy Taylor, and they've got some more stars of the archery program here in Tullahoma that Josh is going to introduce to you right now.
I'm gonna start with the front row. This little girl right here, this is my daughter, Briley Harris.
Tell us how old they are too.
Briley is 6. Easton Terrell, he is 8. We got Kinsley Hartman, this is my niece. She is 7, right? 8, sorry. And then this is Macy Bucar, she is 11. And then this is my nephew, Chase Hartman. He's turning 11 at the end of this month, or May, right?
May.
That's his birthday. And this is my son, Hunter. He is 8 years old.
Okay, so some of these are yours, 2 of them, and this is Reagan's son.
That's my sister's.
And so they probably got some personal attention coming up when you first started doing this, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I think Briley started when she was 5, competing. Hunter, I waited till he was 7.
Yeah,
We needed to mature a little bit, but
yeah. Unbelievable. It's hard to imagine these youngsters have the strength really to be able to do that, but obviously there's a technique that
well, the bows that we have, or that Tracy has at his shop, are very versatile as far as for beginners. They got draw weights from
5
pounds to 70. So all the kids, I mean, you can see they're different sizes, height-wise, strength-wise, everything. But there's a bow for everybody. So we're doing really well.
You know, and real quick, some of the parents, if they have any concern about how safe this is, it's a pretty safe.
Oh, it's very
sport.
safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't have concerns about that at all, do you?
No,
Yeah.
we're very safe. Safety is our number one thing. Staying behind the fire line. But real quick, I do want to say this Junior Eagle group right here, 7th in the nation, 3rd in the nation, 5th in the nation, 2nd in the nation, and team-wise, they got number 1 team in the nation because they compete as individuals, but also can compete as a team.
That is absolutely phenomenal that these kids could be doing this at this
Amazing
age.
to watch.
Just unbelievable.
And Macy is my sole national champion in
Yeah.
the recurve division this year.
And how old were you?
11.
11. So a lot of years left for all
He's
these
got a
kids.
lot of years to do.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. All right, guys, thank you so much for coming by today. It's been very entertaining. And I think enlightening to a lot of people in Tullahoma that didn't maybe not know that this existed. And you've done a tremendous job, folks. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
For having us.